All right, in this final lesson, we're going to talk about how to multiply and divide integers. And so a couple lessons ago, we talked about, well, not really a couple lessons ago, but when you first learned multiplication, you learned that it represented repeated addition. So like if I had 3 times 4, I just have the number 3 being added over and over again 4 times. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Now, if I put this in the context of a negative 3 times 4, it would look like negative 3 plus negative 3 plus negative 3 plus negative 3. If we follow our rules for adding integers, we know that since all of these have the same sign, we would add the 3's and we'd keep the sign. So we'd end up with negative 12. Now, if I reverse that around and said negative 4 times 3, that would be negative 4 plus negative 4 plus negative 4. And we know that that would give us, so since they're all the same sign, we're going to add them, you get negative 12. So negative 3 times 4 is the same as negative 4 times 3, both of which give us negative 12. Okay, so if you have a negative number multiplied to a positive number, you always get a negative answer. Okay, and this will work for division as well. Okay. Now, what happens if we multiply and divide with the same sign? So 2 positives or 2 negatives. Well, we already know that negative 4 times 3 is negative 12, because a negative times a positive is a negative. We know that negative 4 times 2 would be negative 8, because when you multiply a negative times a positive, you get a negative. Negative 4 times positive 1 is negative 4. How are these answers changing as we go down this chart? Well, we're increasing by 4 as we go along. Hopefully you know negative 4 times 0 is just 0, so once again we're adding 4 to our previous answer. So now if we continue that pattern, so negative 12, negative 8, negative 4, 0, if I did negative 4 times negative 1, it would make sense that I have to add 4 to my previous answer, so it would be positive 4. So what happened here? The sign went to positive. And if I continue this pattern, my answer to negative 4 times negative 2 should be 4 more than what we had for negative 4 times negative 1. So negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. Okay? So what we are doing with this chart is we're looking at this rule. When two numbers have the same sign, when you multiply or divide them, your result will always be positive. Okay? All right, so let's try these. So remember, same sign, positive, different sign, negative. So this first example, I have a positive and a negative. Those are different signs. My answer will be negative. And 24 divided by 4 is 6. Second one, I have the same sign, so I'm just going to have a positive 12. Next one, those are different signs, so I divide and make it negative. When I multiply these, I have a positive answer. Next one, negative 2 times negative 4, well, that's going to be positive 8. But 24 divided by negative 4 is going to be negative 6. If you have 3 or 4 integers, or even more than that, again, what I would do is I would look to see, well, first, easiest way to do this is to first determine the sign. Okay, if you have an even number, then you're going to have an even number of negative signs, that is. You'll have a positive answer. If you have an odd number of negative signs, your answer will be negative. Now, I'm going to explain this one in more detail and then explain to you why that works. All right, if I look at this, if I just go left to right, 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Okay. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. If I take negative 15 times negative 3, I get positive 45. So my answer is positive. I had two negative numbers in here. And since that 2 is an even number, meaning an even number of negatives, I have a positive answer. If I look at this one, I have 3 negative numbers, so my answer will be negative. But let's see what it'll be. I'll do this the longer way. Negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12. 12 times negative 1 is negative 12. And negative 12 times 2 is negative 24. Okay, so I still get negative 24. This one, I have 2 negative numbers here, so my answer should end up being positive. We don't ever put the plus sign in the front of a positive number, but it would be a positive answer. And that's because these two negatives, negative 5 times negative 1 is 5, and 5 times 4 makes 20. Okay. We'll try one more. I see 3 negative numbers, so I should have a negative on my answer. Negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20. Positive 20 times negative 1 is negative 20. And negative 20 times 3 is going to be negative 60. Okay. Alright, and that's all I've got, so good luck on the integers module.